We will discuss about radiation biology. Day before yesterday, we have discussed about radiation physics. Now we will discuss about radiation biology. Right. So what is radiation biology? Basically, how it affects biologically on the biological tissues. So this is the radiation biology. That means the radiations are, if we have any exposure regarding radiations, then it will affect our systems, our cells, growth of cells. Sometimes it stops, sometimes it increases there. So that totally depends upon radio sensitivity. Some cells are radio sensitive, some are radio resistant, some are intermediate sensitive, some are less sensitive, some are more highly sensitive. So we'll discuss about these things, right? So there are some phases when there is a formation of or division of cell. So there are some phases: S phase, M phase, then your late G2 phase, G2M phase, right? And before that, early S and G1 phase. So out of these, the least sensitive is early S or S phase. Whereas all these three phases are most sensitive. Remember, in case of mitosis, ये phases आती हैं, ठीक है? S phase is least sensitive and all others are most sensitive, right? Just hold for a sec. So this is least sensitive and these are most sensitive. You'll get direct question. You'll get exactly direct question. Like one question I have is cells which are most sensitive to radiations in G1 phase, G2 phase, G1 phase and early GS phase. So the answer for this is G2 phase. G2 phase is most sensitive to radiation. So just remember this. G2 phase is most sensitive phase. Most sensitive is G2 phase, right? Then come to your next point, which is if there is exposure of cells to radiation, then how it will affect in 1 second exposure, right? जैसे हम लोग उसमें करते हैं ना, रेडियो डिपार्टमेंट में होते हैं, हम एक्सपोजर लेते हैं, तो once in 1 second there is biochemical effect. In minutes there is effect on cell division, and in days, if we are getting exposure for 1 second, then for minutes, then for days. For days, if we are getting exposure, then it will affect on GI and CNS. That may be lethal also. And if we are getting exposure for the weeks, then it will cause lung fibrosis, right? So the question which I was talking about, it was the previous question which I was talking about is in case CET 2009, that which is the most sensitive phase. G2 is most sensitive phase, right? Just remember that, right? And for if we are talking about for the years, in this case, if we are getting exposure for many years, then it will lead to change in DNA formation. And that may lead to mutation and change in one strand, change in second strand, maybe damage the strand, and it may be lethal also. Right. Then come to here, which cells are most sensitive cells. So most sensitive, as I have already discussed in mitosis, G2 phase is most sensitive. So the most sensitive cells are vegetative, intermitotic cells. So these cells are basically, these are primitive in differentiation and have high mitotic rate. That means these cells have to divide. तो डिवाइड इन्होंने करना है, इसलिए डिवीजन की इनके पास हाई माइटोटिक रेट है. दे हैव हाई माइटोटिक रेट. दे आर प्रिमिटिव इन डिफरेंशिएशन बिफोर डिफरेंशिएशन. सो दीज आर वेजिटेटिव सेल्स. सो इन्होंने डिवाइड करना है. दैट्स व्हाई दे आर मोस्ट सेंसिटिव, बिकॉज दे हैव टू went through, they have to be in this phase also in between. So this is most sensitive phase. तो अगर ये इस फेज के थ्रू जाएंगे, इस फेज के थ्रू ही तो माइटोसिस होगी, तो इस फेज के थ्रू जब ये जाएंगे तो दैट मीन्स इन पे कोई भी इफेक्ट आ सकता है. दैट मीन्स इससे जब तक डीएनए फॉर्मेशन पूरी नहीं हो जाती उससे पहले कोई भी इफेक्ट हो सकता है. सो G2 फेज से पहले डीएनए फॉर्मेशन नहीं होती, G2 के बाद ही डीएनए फॉर्मेशन होती है. सो इफ देयर इज in between formation of DNA is going on, and we are exposing that cell for this radiation exposure is there, that may lead to damage or that may lead to mutation. So vegetative intermitotic cells which have most high mitotic rate are more sensitive. For example, the example of this is spermatogenic and erythroblastic series. Right? Basal cells of oral mucosa. Basal cells of oral mucosa. Now, if we will talk about that, those who are most radio resistant, first is most sensitive, the last is most resistant. So most resistant are fixed post mitotic cells. That means they are highly differentiated cells. They are already differentiated cells and are incapable of division. That means इन्होंने divide नहीं होना है. They are already post mitotic cells, fixed post mitotic cells. Fixed means they do not have to divide now. For example, neuron, striated muscle cells, epithelial cells, and RBCs, that means erythrocytes. They are post mitotic cells. RBC के बाद तो उसको कुछ नहीं बनना है ना, वो तो जस्ट शेड ऑफ होगा, ठीक है. न्यूरॉन्स भी आपको पता है डिवाइड नहीं करते हैं न्यूरॉन्स, राइट. सो जस्ट रिमेंबर दीज टू एटलीस्ट, राइट. सो दीज आर हाईली रेजिस्टेंट. अब हम करेंगे सेंसिटिव और मोस्ट सेंसिटिव के बीच में बात. ये फर्स्ट आ गया हाईली सेंसिटिव, और ये आ गया मोस्ट रेजिस्टेंट. इसके बीच की बात करेंगे हम. इसके बीच की अगर हम बात करेंगे, देर आर डिफरेंशिएटिंग इंटरमाइटोटिक सेल्स. There are differentiated intermitotic cells. Differentiating intermitotic cells. So differentiating intermitotic cells are less radiosensitive than vegetative intermitotic cells because they divide regularly and undergo some differentiation between division, right? So they are basically divide regularly and undergo some kind of differentiation between division, right? But they do not have high mitotic rate. They have to divide. So the examples are inner enamel epithelium of developing tooth, hemopoietic cells, spermatocytes, and oocytes. Remember these cells also. Then come to the third one, which is multipotential connective tissue cells. Multipotent connective tissue cells. So these are the cells, they have intermediate sensitivity. Intermediate sensitivity. That means they are not highly sensitive, nor they are resistant. So these are the cells they divide when there is a demand for more cells. That means these divide on demand. For example, these are endothelial cells, fibroblasts, and mesenchymal cells. Now come to the fourth one, which is reverting post-mitotic cells, which are reverting post-mitotic cells. Now, what are these? These are radio resistant because they divide infrequently. These are radio resistant because they divide infrequently, very less. Very less they divide. These are acinar cells. Acinar cells are salivary gland cells. Ductal cells. Parenchymal cells. Right. Of glands like liver, kidney, pancreas. They are least resistant. ये हम आगे भी पढ़ेंगे अभी कि least resistant liver, pancreas और kidney के cells होते हैं. Right. So there is again one question which comes in AIMS 1994. That which of the following are most sensitive to X-ray? So for the answer for that is tooth buds and salivary glands, because other cells are nerve and muscle tissues, hair and nails, and cartilages. Right? So tooth bud and salivary glands are most sensitive out of all. That question, I'll give you that question also. And there is one more question in AIMS 2014, that most radiosensitive tissue is basal cell layer. So which I have already covered, basal cell layer, this one, basal cell layer, right? Now come to the next point. Out of all the organs, I'll make some chart over here. Out of all the organs, some are highly sensitive, some are intermediate sensitive, and some are very low. Very low तो हमने अभी देख लिया. इंटरमीडिएट सेंसिटिव आप कह सकते हो, इंटरमीडिएट सेंसिटिव हो गया आपके लीवर, थायराइड, ब्लैडर, एंड लो सेंसिटिव आ गया आपके बोन, योर सलाइवरी ग्लैंड, स्किन, ब्रेन. अब सलाइवरी ग्लैंड की एक क्या चीज है, जब भी देयर इज एनी ट्यूमर लाइक SCC, squamous cell carcinoma, if associated with the salivary gland, will not treat that squamous cell carcinoma with the radiation therapy, because salivary gland tumors are less sensitive, salivary gland is less sensitive to radiation, कोई effect ही नहीं पड़ेगा, so we have to remove it surgically. So we have to decide where radiation therapy is required, where it is not required, depending on the sensitivity. That's why we must know there is sensitivity or not. Right. Now come to your high one. High are stomach, colon. Hold for a sec. Stomach, colon. Then is your lungs, bone marrow, and breast. It is the most common cancer in ladies, females. Right. So अगर आप देख सको तो इसमें देखो, ये जो सेल्स हैं, ये जो ऑर्गन्स हैं, दे टेंड टू डिवाइड मोर, मतलब इसमें सेल डिवीजन बहुत ज्यादा होता है, इनमें सेल डिवीजन कम है, इसमें भी सेल डिवीजन सबसे कम है. राइट. लाइक योर बोन मैरो, breast cells, lung cells, colon, stomach. Regularly, they tend to replace. Right. Now, there are some parts, something in the body which have different effects, which have various effects while we are exposing the patient for the radiation during radiotherapy. So first of all is mucous membrane. As we all know, basal cell layer is most sensitive. So mucous membrane की अगर हम बात करें तो basal cell layer. So क्या होता है माउथ में, क्या होता है म्यूकस मेम्ब्रेन से, क्या होता है म्यूकोसाइटिस. पहले तो ड्राइनेस, जीरोस्टोमिया हो जाएगा. जीरोस्टोमिया होगा, उसकी वजह से क्या होगा, पेनफुल होगा पेशेंट को, बिकॉज 2 weeks आफ्टर exposure, there is mucositis. And during exposure, there is xerostomia that will lead to taste loss. Taste loss. So taste buds affect करती हैं. टेस्ट बर्ड्स कैसे अफेक्ट करती हैं? आपका टंग का हाफ पोर्शन जो है अफेक्ट हो जाता है, एंड इट विल अफेक्ट एसएस, सॉल्ट एंड सॉल्ट मेनली. देयर इज डिस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ 1K to 10K number of taste buds after exposure, right? Due to increase in acid, right? So due to increase in acid, that means if the pH of mouth saliva is 6.5, it will drop to 5.5, and 5.5 is critical pH. There is increase in S mutants, and acidic nature will lead to caries. So they will affect teeth. क्या क्या चीजें आ गई हमारे पास? म्यूकस मेम्ब्रेन, म्यूकस मेम्ब्रेन के बाद टेस्ट बर्ड्स, फिर आगे टीथ, फिर उसके बाद केरीज इंक्रीज कर जाएगी. ठीक है. नाउ व्हाट हैपन टू बोन? बोन में नेक्रोसिस हो जाती है ड्यू टू रेडिएशन एक्सपोजर. सो दैट इज कॉल्ड osteoradionecrosis, and there is muscle fatigue also. That's why we'll ask the patient to do regular exercise of mouth. Otherwise, patient will feel fatigued, right? And now there is in mucous membrane, there is in saliva, salivary gland की अगर हम बात करें, salivary gland में क्या होता है? There is increase in serum amylase. When there is increase in serum amylase, immediately it will cause acute pain in mouth, right? And there is 3 hours, in the first 3 hours, there is more increase, then 12 to 24 hours. Then that means minute to minute, there is increase in serum amylase. And that acute condition will convert it into chronic one, right? And moreover, there is increase in sodium, magnesium, and calcium, right? So रेडिएशन से ये प्रॉब्लम होती है. अगर किसी जब आप पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन करोगे, एंड इफ यू आर कनेक्टेड विद अ गुड हॉस्पिटल, एंड fortunately if you are with the general hospital, connected with a good general hospital, and their cancer treatments are going on, they will send the patient for dental clearance, because before after going radiation therapy, we have to make the patient clear of any dental problem, because after after your radiotherapy, patient has many problems regarding your dentistry, like caries, xerostomia, caries lesions. So much caries lesions are over there. The patient will not be able to maintain their hygiene. That's why they require dental clearance, right? So that's how. Then there is caries related to your radiation. Radiation caries is a rampant form of tooth decay. Basically, the caries which is caused by radiation is rampant. So rampant caries is there, rampant form of tooth decay due to exposure of salivary glands in the course of radiotherapy. So caries results from decreased salivary flow, reduced pH, and reduced buffering capacity of saliva. Right? It decreased buffering capacity. So how do we manage caries, radiation caries? By giving topical application of 1% sodium neutral sodium fluoride daily basis regularly, right? So this was the question asked in COMEDK in 2008. That what we will give in caries, radiation caries, 1% neutral sodium fluoride regularly, topical application regularly, right? Radiation caries is caused by irradiation of what? Basically, salivary gland. When there is exposure of all that on the salivary gland, that will lead to all this, right? Now, next one is what type of rampant caries? देखो caries जो cause करता है ना, वो तीन तरह की caries cause करता है रेडिएशन हमारे. One is like this. If this is your tooth, it will cause proximal caries. And if there is proximal caries, it will extend from here and here, and your crown will fracture. One type. Second type is surface caries, superficial caries, matlab that we have to treat it with the restorative material. Then your dark pigment. ये तीन तरह की caries होती है radiation therapy, right? Then come to your next point. Osteoradionecrosis के बारे में भी हमने आपको बता दिया. Osteoradionecrosis. Then how to treat with the osteoradionecrosis, that we must know also. Osteoradionecrosis, in case of osteoradionecrosis, we will provide hyperbaric oxygen. Because देखो बोन में क्या होता है, due to exposure of bone for the radiation, the marrow becomes hypoxic, right? First symptom is hypoxic, right? Then your hypocellular, then your hypovascular. जब hypovascular हो जाएगा तो that means पूरा blood flow नहीं करेगा, blood flow नहीं करेगा, ऑक्सीजन पूरी नहीं मिलेगी, ऑक्सीजन पूरी नहीं मिलेगी, सेल्स भी कम हो जाएंगे, मल्टीप्लिकेशन नहीं होगा. So all this will cause osteoradionecrosis. If tooth extraction is done, the mucous membrane breaks and infection gains entry into the bone, leaving a non-healing wound resulting in osteoradionecrosis. So due to risk of osteonecrosis, we have to remove all poorly supported teeth before beginning of radiation therapy. And when teeth must be removed, low concentration epinephrine containing local anesthesia that do not contain lidocaine are used, right? Lidocaine nahi hona chahiye usme. Just remember this. Lidocaine is not required. Low concentration of lidocaine is required basically. Right? So for that, we will provide hyperbaric oxygen, right? Hyperbaric oxygen, what it will cause, it is as an adjunct to surgical debridement to boost tissue oxygenation. ठीक है, ऑक्सीजन ज्यादा मिलेगी that will cause angiogenesis, which is damaged during your bone radiation. And angiogenesis, which is stimulated by hyperbaric oxygen, is most beneficial in soft tissue necrosis and in ischemic bone. Most beneficial areas, right? So that is what will happen with the bone. Then come to your acute radiation syndrome. So what is acute radiation syndrome? It is very, very important. Acute radiation So what is acute radiation syndrome? इसको ध्यान से समझ लेना, इससे क्वेश्चन आते हैं. Acute radiation syndrome का मतलब हो गया कि हम कितना एक्सपोजर दे रहे हैं रेडिएशंस का, जिससे रेडिएशन की वजह से प्रॉब्लम्स आती है. सो दिस इज आल्सो कॉल्ड रेडिएशन पॉइजनिंग. sickness, radiation sickness and radiation toxicity. So इसमें हम अगर डोज देंगे 1 to 2 gray, it will cause prodromal symptoms. What are those? Nausea, weakness, vomiting, fatigue, and diarrhea. Right. If we will talk about 2 to 4 gray, then it will cause mild hematopoietic syndrome. So in that case, it affects the hemopoietic stem cells, right? And which decrease the granulocytosis, platelets, and RBCs, right? If there is exposure of 4 to 7 gray, it will cause bone marrow syndrome. So bone marrow syndrome में there is lymphopenia, granulocytopenia, increase in infection, fever, and malaise, right? If we are providing 7 to 15 gray, it will cause GI syndrome. That means gastrointestinal syndrome. It will lead to rapid damage to rapidly proliferating basal epithelial cells, intestinal cells, which lead to no nutritional absorption, right? Which will lead to electrolyte imbalance, diarrhea, dehydration, all related to GI tract. Then come to your, if the radiation exposure is more than 50 gray, it will lead to CNS plus CVS syndrome. That will be fatal and lead to death, increase vascular permeability, which lead to electrolyte imbalance, increase intracanal pressure, that will lead to CNS damage. Right. So that's all about acute radiation syndrome. Acute radiation syndrome में हमारे को जो क्वेश्चन आते हैं मेनली आते हैं 2 to 7 ग्रे अगर हमारा हो तो that will lead to injury to hemopoietic system. If there is 7 to 15 gray, that will lead to GIT tract. If more than 50 gray or 50 gray, that will lead to CNS and CVS syndrome, right? CVS symptoms. So that's all about radiation biology. Now we will discuss about questions. So open up your questions जो previous बच गए उनको discuss करते हैं and reconnect again, please.